Today on For the Record.
Going into a big show, it's almost like going to war, and you certainly want to have a lot of admiration, love, and respect for the people that you're doing it with.
The local business responsible for some of the biggest spectacles in the sky.
If we aren't innovating, we're dying.
I go one-on-one with the CEO of Pyrotechnico to discuss the company's legacy and its future.
One thing that we work really hard to do is we want to be a sense of pride for our community, and we certainly, probably more importantly, we want to be a potential option for young people.
For the Record starts now. Welcome to For the Record. I'm Ryan Recker. Today we learn about a Pittsburgh area company that is creating memorable moments around the world. It is Pyrotechnico, the company once known only for its fireworks that is now finding new innovation and stealing the spotlight at major music festivals and even the Super Bowl. I traveled to Newcastle in Lawrence County to sit down with their CEO. Well, Steve, we sit on this property that has been here since the early 1920s. This is where it all started for your family. And we're also here in Newcastle in what is considered the fireworks capital of America. Your family had a lot to do with that. Yeah, I think we were one of the original families here. There's three of us that are still in the business, and it's a big sense of pride. At one time, there were 9 companies here at the turn of last century. So how did that all start? It started, all the companies were founded by Italian immigrants who came over to work in the tin mills. They were actually scab laborers who came in, and they worked in the mills during the day, and they did fireworks at nights and on weekends. And take us through your family history with fireworks in this property that we're sitting on here. So we've been in Newcastle on this property since 1922. My great-grandfather, Constantino Vitale, founded the company. He had four sons that were in the business and managed it. And my grandfather, Rocco, took over after World War II and, built the company, and then handed it down to my father. And, today, myself, my brother, my sister is involved in the business, and we're proud to say that we have 2 in our 5th generation. So my daughter Mia and our niece Natalie. So the story continues. As far as your story goes, though, you've logged almost 50 years with this company, going back to the late 80s, and as I understand it, you've done it all here. Yeah, I mean, when I got started in the business, I was the ripe age of 13, when you still could work in the business at such a young age. But I always loved it. I always loved the craft. I always found a great connection between what we did and how it connected to our shows, and it was something that has always been of fascination. It's been fascinating to me, and we've really built the business around really creating oohs and ahs and bringing communities and families together. You oversee the operation now, which we'll get into here in a little bit, but you span across the country now. Do you in some ways miss those days back then when it was more, not that you don't grind now, but you're more up and coming and still having to prove yourself within your family and the company? Do you miss some of those early days? Not really. I mean, I certainly respect those times, and it was a great learning tradition. But I think the foundation of what I was taught and the values that I had within the industry and the family and the business are still here. It's quite simple. We look to continuously innovate our shows, so we're creating the most value for our clients and the most oohs and ahs for their audiences. We talk fireworks, and that's how this all originated, but it would be a disservice at this stage to just say that you're simply about fireworks. And as we talk more about the story of the company, Where did everything pivot, and who had that vision to say, okay, we need to evolve here. This needs to pivot beyond just fireworks?
Well, I would say, I think, as you, build a business, it's important to know what you're good at and what you're not, and hire to your weaknesses in the organization. But, I think I've always been the visionary and have seen the playing field a little differently, and I've always focused on what we can be. You're always building two companies, the one you are and the one that you are focusing on becoming. I think at an early age, I saw the whole vision of really, being a great provider of entertainment services for our clients.
And since that time, obviously technology has changed, but that early vision for you, what did you see in terms of entertainment, of what this could become?
Well, I think it started, and I always say sometimes you look smarter than you think you are. You'll ride, a wave of an industry. Always enjoyed the firework element of the business. We believe it's our core and a vital part of the fabric of our organization. Early on, I would say in the early 2000s, you saw a lot of growth in pyrotechnics, specifically in the music industry. And, we started getting into the special effects business about 2010 because our customers were asking for it, mostly at the sports level. And then we started a business, and we did, very few shows in our first year, and we've worked really hard to build that business into what we believe is the gold standard in the business for doing special effects for sports and the music industry, and that's primarily pyrotechnics, flame effects, atmospheric effects, lasers, and now our next forays into drone shows.
Would you say it was a combination of both the market and technology dictating where you went with the company?
Yeah, and the hunger to want to do it. Mm-hmm. We've always been big sports fans and big fans of music, and I think my brother and myself would sit around and say, well, if we're doing the big things, why can't we do the small things on the stage? Little did we know it was a little more complicated than just a vision. And I would really give my brother a lot of credit for building the special effects end of the business.
Still ahead on For the Record.
On the music side, we're out with Beyonce, Post Malone, The Weeknd, Shakira.
More of our conversation, including some of the big moments that Pyrotechnico has helped create, and more on how they are constantly adapting with changing technology. Welcome back to For the Record. When I spoke to the CEO of Pyrotechnico earlier this month, he told me more about the big musical acts and music festivals, even the Super Bowl that his company has provided effects for. More on that topic now as our interview continues. We would be here until the next 4th of July talking about the scope of places and companies that you work with, but just give us a little feel or flavor of some of the bigger events that you've had the honor of helping put on here.
Yeah, so currently on the music side, we're out with Beyonce, Post Malone, The Weeknd, Shakira, to name a few. Our music festivals is fairly vast. We do music festivals like Coachella, Lollapalooza, we have Bonnaroo coming up, Electric Daisy Carnival in Las Vegas. I mean, I think one of the the events that we were most proud of that we were able to do this year was the Medal of Honor Museum. Just an amazing group of people who have received that. So that made us all proud. We did that in Dallas. Those are a few. I mean, on an annual basis, our company will produce about 3,500 fireworks shows a year, and company-wide, we do well over like 6,000 events. So,
I know you've done Super Bowls as well.
Yeah.
And one of your themes here is that is your standard, Super Bowl performances at all of your performances.
Yeah, we aspire to, we have a philosophy here of continuous and never-ending improvement, and look, we're as good as our last show, and last year, or this year was the fifth year that we were fortunate enough to do Super Bowl halftime as well as player introductions and post game, but we really work hard to build Super Bowl standards in every aspect of our business, along the value chain. I mean, from the sale to when we strike and actually clean up a show. So it's important.
How surprised do you think people would be knowing what goes on behind the scenes, whether it's controlled chaos or pure chaos,
Yeah.
versus putting that show on and it looking flawless?
Yeah, I mean, we talked earlier. I think one thing in with this generation and with technology, we have to be partially magicians. So our lead times and our pre-production times have really shrunk in the last, I would say 8 to 10 years. And, everyone through COVID said, we're going to go back to where it was, and that has not changed. So we will, we've really set the organization up. So we are very responsive and reactive to our clients' needs, because they could change on a dollar. I mean, with in live entertainment, you have to be very solution oriented, because things will happen. I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts in a fireworks show, in a concert tour, or some big corporate event that we're doing. So,
Is there a common theme as to what's hot or popular right now with live events or live shows?
Well, I think it's really creating those awe and those special moments for artists, for sports teams, for player introductions. I mean, look, we're competing for people's time and their attention, and we're kind of at the core of that with what we do. So our effects, or our fireworks, or our be it lighting. It's incredibly important that we capture the audience's attention, and I think we're seeing that. The spectacle continues to get larger and larger, yeah. And we're at the center of that.
I think with that said, I think what's interesting too is you don't get away from your roots. You will do a Super Bowl, but you also do a community fireworks show here.
Absolutely.
Nearby in Newcastle.
I would say that's the core of our business, and every show is important. If someone is doing any type of transaction with our company, it's important, and our people know that to treat us as such. I mean, we've built the organization on hitting a lot of singles, every once in a while a double and a triple, and we're very our community, our company's culture and community is about executing at every level with any type of show.
Still ahead.
We love it here. We love Newcastle. We love Lawrence County.
How Pyrotechnico maintains its hometown roots while continuing to bring spectacles to audiences worldwide. We welcome you back to For the Record, and as I continue my conversation with Stephen Vitale, CEO of Pyrotechnico in Lawrence County, we discuss how the company maintains its roots in its hometown, and also the one thing being called a game changer for the future of their industry. You mentioned earlier about drones being the next big thing. Is that the next big thing for this company? As you look to the future, how do you continue to evolve?
It's a great add-on to our existing services. I mean, we probably have 25% of our clients, our firework clients predominantly, that are interested in drones, and they're really not looking to replace their drones or their fireworks displays. They are looking to, add on to their shows, and now we have an FAA variance that we could do pyrotechnics off a drone, so that's going to be incredibly exciting. But we are incubating our drone business within the Pyrotechnico brand, and we're incredibly excited about the storytelling that we can do. I mean, we were talking earlier that I think I've been in the business well over 40 years, and we've always been asked, can you put our logo in the sky, or can you tell a story in the sky? And with drones, we can truly do it now.
Game changer.
It is a game changer, and it's exciting to see how the how the technology is continuing to change at a rapid pace, and we look at what the drone business will look like in the next 10, 20 years. I mean, really, they're pixels, so they will be telling very cool stories in the sky, and basically it will be like having a TV monitor down the road.
Are you in a position where you are forced to evolve when it's something like a drone, because there's so much competition out there? Someone else is going to do it if you don't embrace it and do it. Is that fair?
For sure. I think if we aren't innovating, we're dying, and we not only look to innovate our shows and what our audiences see, but we look to innovate internally. So we look at innovation as a two-way street, both internally as an organization and externally with our shows. And our clients allow us to do that and expect it.
Sure. How proud are you that Newcastle is still your headquarters and your roots? I mean, you touch all these different points across the country. I would imagine sometimes someone says, Newcastle, Pennsylvania, how do I get there?
We love it here. We love Newcastle, we love Lawrence County, and one thing that we work really hard to do is we want to be a sense of pride for our community, and we certainly, probably more importantly, we want to be a potential option for young people, and we want to be a career opportunity for folks.
You were one of those young people at one time. For a young person out there watching this,
yeah,
this can be a career for them.
Absolutely, and we're seeing it at a much faster level, and we certainly recruit a lot out of colleges and universities, but we also look to bring in kids who are interested out of high school, because if they're patient, they're hardworking, and they love entertainment, people get our why. It's very easy, but it's hard work. I mean, it's hard, sometimes exhausting to work in this industry, but I think what we are most happy about and excited about is the young people that want to join the live entertainment industry.
As you reflect on how you've taken this company to new heights, I understand there's a daily grind to all of this. There's the ongoing delivery, customer satisfaction, but do you ever stop and think, wow, my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, they would be so proud of this? I mean, how much family pride is involved in your reflection of what this has become?
I think my father, grandfather, great-grandfather, I think they would have been incredibly proud of our accomplishments as a family, and the values and the culture that we have. I mean, we've grown considerably over the years, but what's important to myself and our whole entire leadership team is to make sure that we continue those values with new people that we bring into our organization, and really have a family feel, because it's hard work, and you know, sometimes we'll relate it as kind of, you're going into a big show, it's almost like going to war, and you certainly want to have a lot of admiration, love, and respect for the people that you're doing it with. So my grandfather would probably think we're a little crazy, but that's okay.
2 minutes away on For the Record.
I believe it will probably be the biggest fireworks year ever.
What's ahead for Pyrotechnico as America gears up for its 250th birthday celebration? Welcome back to For the Record, and before we go, I spoke with Pyrotechnico CEO Stephen Vitale about what's ahead and the role that his company will play in celebrating America's 250th birthday next year. I know you already have your eyes and sights on a big project next year, next 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're heading into the 250th birthday of America, and you know, throughout your lifetime, you only see these things a few times. And the last, the last big firework event and entertainment event was in 2000, and prior to that, it was the bicentennial of the United States. So, we're preparing for the 250th. The administration is making it a priority that celebrations will happen across the United States. So we're excited. I mean, we've been working with our clients for the last year on preparing for the 250th, and I believe it will probably be the biggest fireworks year ever.
To the extent that you're able to share details, where will you be? How involved will you be? What locations, etc.?
I think it's early for that, but I mean, we do a lot of marquee fireworks shows, and Boston pops 4th of July. Philadelphia will be a big show. Washington, but the president is actually planning a year-long event for the 250th, and then we also have World Cup coming in. So we know we'll be in a few cities for that, and we're very excited and actually starting the planning now. From a fireworks standpoint, we usually our lead time on product is 12 to 18 months. So we've been building inventory gradually for America's 250th for the last year.
Better not be retiring.
No, I see no time soon. Yeah, I never plan on hanging up my hat. Certainly, as long as I can add value to the organization.
And we want to thank Pyrotechnico for taking part in today's interview. And for everyone out there, we hope you have a safe and happy 4th of July on Friday. Have a great week.